This is the weekly sales meeting for June 7th, 2026. My name is Chris Fleming. You can reach me at chris@cdmediaconsulting.com or go to our website at cdmediaconsulting.com. Today's topic, win where you are. If you are from Texas, you already know about H-E-B, the dominant local grocery operator. H-E-B began in 1905. Florence Butt opened a small grocery store in the front of her family's home in Kerrville, Texas, using just $60. It was called the C.C. Butt Grocery Store and served the needs of the local residents in the Hill Country. When her son, Howard E. Butt, took over the business in the 1920s, he began expanding into other towns throughout Texas. Over time, the company's initials, H-E-B, came to represent not just the family name, but a growing retail powerhouse rooted in service, value, and community. By the mid-20th century, H-E-B had transformed from a small-town grocer into one of the most influential regional supermarket chains in America. The company pioneered many innovations in grocery retail, including in-store bakeries, butchers, pharmacies, and a strong focus on private label products. Based in San Antonio, H-E-B operates hundreds of stores across Texas and northern Mexico. Unlike national chains, H-E-B thrives by customizing each store to the local neighborhood, embedding itself in community causes, and focusing on excellence in operations. Their motto, "Here, everything is better," is more than a tagline. It reflects the century-old commitment to doing the ordinary better than anyone else. You don't shop at H-E-B for cereal or eggs. You go because it feels like home. The big grocery chains battle with coupons and national TV ads. H-E-B barely blinks. They do not care what the other grocery giants are doing. They care about what you need tonight. They care about what makes sense for this block, this neighborhood, or this town. That is the first secret. They stay in their lane. They make everyone else chase them. Now, what does a grocery store have to do with selling advertising or selling anything in a crowded market? We might say everything, because every seller wakes up worrying about the giant competitor who can undercut prices, promise more, or flash big national branding. H-E-B shows you the honest truth, and that truth is that big doesn't win if you know your turf better. If you stay local, in your bones, not just on your business card, if you double down on what you do best and let the big player look sloppy trying to copy you. H-E-B does not pretend to be everything to everyone. They know Texas eats brisket queso and Whataburger ketchup. They stock it proudly. They name cheese after local cities. Walk into an H-E-B in Austin, then drive 3 hours and stop in another. You will see the same pride, but different flavors. Walmart cannot do that. Kroger does not even try. One size fits all works for the giant because they have no choice. One size that fits that store is H-E-B's superpower. H-E-B is rated number 1 in customer love. It's not because they are bragging louder, but because they show up better. They outlisten the big players. They outcare them. And because of this, they outlasted them. You can too. If you choose to stop watching the competitors' moves and start owning your street corner like nobody else. Here is your reality check. There will always be a bigger seller somewhere. Someone with more. It could be a bigger audience or more resources. Someone with more shiny toys to wave around. But big makes you lazy. Big makes you generic. Small can make you sharper, but you must do it right. H-E-B proves it every day. They pay their people more than some chains. That buys loyalty behind the counter. Loyal employees talk to shoppers like neighbors. They remember faces. They remember the project you did last summer and ask how it turned out. Try getting that at a warehouse store. It is a culture of caring that permeates every H-E-B location. As Henry Ford said, quality means doing it right when no one is looking. That is not lost on H-E-B. Now, translate that to your accounts. How much do you really remember about last quarter's goals for your biggest client? Can you name their top 3 competitors off the top of your head? Do you know what event they sponsored last month? Do you know when they get the slowest foot traffic every week? If not, you are just another vendor with a price tag. H-E-B would likely fire you. You should fire yourself. Real local means real memory. It means caring enough to take notes that nobody sees but you. It means bringing up what you discussed last time before they do. It means not having to ask twice about their kid's name or whether their busy season is spring or fall. It means knowing the names of more than the key players. It means knowing the small players too. Walt Disney wrote, "Do what you do so well that they'll want to see it again and bring their friends." Sure, he was talking about his own amusement parks, but it is a parallel here. This fits H-E-B's commitment to do local so well that shoppers not only return, but tell their neighbors. This creates word-of-mouth loyalty that no amount of advertising can buy. Local loyalty cannot be faked. H-E-B earns it by showing up during hurricanes, floods, and freezes. They deliver trucks of bottled water when people are stranded. They cut prices when storms hit, not raise them. They win loyalty that no coupon can buy. What does that look like for you? It means calling when you do not need a contract signed. It looks like giving an honest answer when a plan is not right yet. It looks like protecting their money like it is your own. H-E-B does not chase every trend. They pick what fits their customers. They do not slap sushi counters into every store because someone at corporate read about it in a trade magazine. They ask, does this fit here with our customers? If not, they skip it. You must do the same. Just because a buzzword hits your inbox does not mean your buyer needs it. Sell what works for your turf. Kill what does not. Watch out chasing trends that work in New York City if you are in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Those cities are not the same. Many sellers are afraid to say no. We believe it will cost us money. H-E-B understands that saying no to things that don't fit builds trust. It makes your yes mean something. When you pitch every option, you stand for nothing clear. But when you pitch only what will work for your customers, you become the seller they trust above everyone else. Buyers respect someone who is honest about what will not help them. Be smart, selective, and known for offering only what works best. Be disciplined as much as possible. H-E-B knows its lane. They stay close to home. They never wake up trying to beat Walmart in Montana. They wake up trying to serve Texas better today than yesterday. You must do the same. Know your turf. Own your turf. Do not waste time trying to look bigger than you are. Make the giant worry about you because you are too locked in to be easy prey. Listen to Scott McClellan, the old H-E-B exec. He said they did things the big chains would not, or did not. That is your playbook. Be the seller who does what the giant rep cannot. The giant rep cannot know every local street festival. You can. The giant rep cannot remember 10 local business anniversaries. You can. Here is a habit to steal from H-E-B. They celebrate being local out loud. They plaster Texas pride on signs and labels. They sponsor community events people care about. They remind shoppers every chance they get, we are from here, we get you. You should do the same. In every proposal, every slide, every check-in, remind your buyer that you do not just sell ads. You sell the local advantage. You protect their money because you spend it like it is your own name on the sign. Be their trusted local expert before you are their salesperson. Show them you know their neighborhood, their customers, and their daily challenges better than anyone else. When budgets get tight, they will cut the vendor who pushed a generic plan, but keep the expert who proves real value. Buyers hold on to people they trust to protect their money and guide smart choices. Be that person. Stay close, stay relevant, and make it clear you care about their success more than a quick sale. H-E-B also trusts its people to use judgment. They do not strangle staff with scripts. They teach them to serve. That freedom means they solve problems fast. How much freedom do you give yourself? Do you trust your own instincts or hide behind email templates and canned lines? Learn the skill of reading the room. You do not need permission to be human. Be human more often. Here's where some sellers fail. They try to fake local. They drop a city name in a script and call that customization. Buyers are not blind. They can feel sincerity. H-E-B does not slap a local sticker on a national product. They stock the salsa people want in that town. Real local is specific. It lives in the details. It sounds like I saw your lunch crowd dip during the heat wave. Let's test this slot to catch commuters on their way home instead. Big competitors often stay broad and vague because they must serve everyone. You do not have to. You can be precise. Use clear details that show you understand your buyer's world better than anyone else. Point out local facts, daily patterns, or customer habits they recognize instantly. This proves you listen and care enough to prepare well. When others drown buyers in generalities, you stand out by staying sharp, focused, and unmistakably relevant. This takes effort. It means driving your streets, walking into businesses you do not sell yet just to look, reading local news, knowing which roads flood during storms so you can help adjust traffic patterns when needed. All this looks like work. It is. It's also your moat. The giant competitor will never put in that level of care because they cannot scale it. You can. One last advantage, HEB is private. They do not bend over backward for Wall Street. They focus on now and next year, not the next quarter's stock call. You cannot change your company's ownership, but you can change how you work. Keep in mind the long game, not the short one. Build loyalty. Sell with next year in mind, not just this billing cycle. A short-term win with a shortcut costs you repeat money. A well-earned yes means years of renewals. Most sellers are scared to go all in on local because they think it is small. It is not. HEB's region-only approach crushes national giants on their turf. Local scales when it is done well because word travels. Results travel. Referrals multiply. One happy local buyer tells 3 others. Next year you are booked solid because you earned it block by block. Never let envy of bigger competitors push you into being generic. Trying to act big often makes your message dull and forgettable. Instead, stay focused and deeply local. That focus gives you an edge the giants cannot copy. Buyers remember the seller who knows their block and their customers, not the one who sounds like everybody else. Big but bland always loses to sharp and personal. Use your local insight as your strongest weapon. Stay specific and prove you know them best. Here is your assignment. Review your top 10 accounts. For each one, jot down a unique detail you did not bring up in your last meeting. Pick up the phone and share it. Ask one fresh question about something local you still need to learn. Listen carefully and use their answers to adjust your next proposal. Show them you see what others missed. Prove you know their neighborhood and daily reality. Do this now and pay attention to how quickly trust and results grow. Next, create one small habit that shows you truly know your market. It could be a quick Friday update with local insights, or send a short message whenever you notice a local event or trend that might impact their customers. These small, timely touches build trust and remind them you pay attention year-round. Weekly proof adds up fast and feels more genuine than a big, polished presentation once a year. Stay consistent. Small actions done often keep you ahead and strengthen loyalty. HEB never wastes energy fearing the giant competitor. They concentrate fully on serving their own neighborhood better each day. This steady focus makes the bigger player nervous about losing more ground tomorrow. You can adopt the same mindset. When you work this way, you stop trailing behind the big name and instead set the pace they struggle to match. Let your local knowledge and dedication make you unshakable. Take action this week and keep proving, one client at a time, that you lead in local. My new book, Culture Beats Strategy, 40 Marketplace Lessons for Sellers, is now available on Amazon.com. If you like what you have heard here today, please consider ordering a copy or 2. You can always send one to a friend. Go to cdmediaconsulting.com right now and follow the instructions to order.